Very good morning to my dear students and welcome to our psychology class. So today we are going to start with the emotional and we are going to start with the effect of stress on psychological functioning and also in health. So in our previous class we discussed about sources of stress and I hope you were more clear about it. And today we're going to study that what are the effects of stress upon different areas of psychological functioning and also among health. So let's begin our class.
A very good morning to my dear students and welcome to our psychology class. So in the previous class we talked about traumatic events, we talked about daily life events and also the hazards which are known as the sources of stress. So today we are going to start with the new topic, that is effect of stress in psychological functioning and health. So basically first of all we'll study about psychological functioning and after that we'll study about health. So, what are the effects of stress? So, there are four. The stress affect in four ways: emotionally, then physiologically, that is our body, then cognitive, our thought process, and our behavior. So, those who suffer from stress, the emotional effect is that they experience mood swings, show erratic behavior, and may alienate them from family and friends. Alienate means what? They may withdraw themselves from family and friends. In some cases, this can start a vicious circle of decreasing confidence, leading to more serious emotional problems, right? So, what happens if someone is suffering from stress? The emotional effect will be that person will withdraw himself or herself from the family and the friends and start being alone and start staying alone, and because of which his level of confidence may decrease and more serious problems may occur. So some examples are feeling of anxiety, depression, increased physical tension, increased psychological tensions, and mood swings. So we will also discuss about exam anxiety. It is a very common phenomenon among the students who are appearing or who will appear boards or maybe some important exams in their life. And next we have physiological effect. So in physiological effect, we'll learn about when we learn about mostly about body. Okay, physiology means body. So when the human body is placed under physical or psychological stress, it increases the production of certain hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. So these are responsible for the production of hormones, and these hormones produce marked changes in heart rate, blood sugar level, metabolism, and physical activity, right? So you often may feel that whenever you are in stress, you are having high blood pressure, you are having palpitation, you are sometimes you feel nauseatic because of these two hormones. So although these physical reactions will help us to function more effectively when we are under pressure for a short period of time, it can be extremely damaging to the body if the long-term effect. As I have told you, eustress is good but distress is bad. Examples of physiological effect are release of epinephrine and non-epinephrine. You will know it better in your fourth chapter. Slowing of the digestive system. That is why what happened when someone is in stress, they don't feel like eating because the digestion process becomes slow. Expansion of air passage, of course, in the lungs, then increased heart rate and constriction of blood vessels. This stress is creating so much of problem in our life that we sometimes may not realize that the physical problem we are having or the health problem we are having is because of this particular stress. And the next effect is your cognitive effect. So cognitive means mind, how it works, the activities, how it may get affected because of stress. So, if pressure due to stress continue, one may suffer from mental overload. The suffering from high level of stress can rapidly cause individual to lose their ability to make sound decision. Then faulty decision made at home, in career, at workplace may lead to argument, failure, then financial loss or even loss of job. That is why you often say that never take a decision when you are stressed out or sometimes when you are very happy, because at both the times the hormones are released. Sometimes you are overexcited and sometimes you are under pressure. So that is why whenever you take a decision, take it in a calm and quiet mind. So these are the effect of stress in cognitive activities like poor concentration, then reduced short-term memory capacity, like you are unable to load the information because of the preoccupation of the previous information, right? And the next is your behavioral effect. What are the effects of stress in behavior? So it may occur like eating less nutritional food, then increasing the stimulants such as caffeine, excessive consumption of cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs such as tranquilizers, etc. So these are very bad habits, my dear students. Never go for it, right? And you often see someone talking about something like, "Hey, I'm feeling very stressful, hence I want to puff a cigarette." That's a very bad thing because what happened? They become dependent upon it. It's not anything which will release your stress, but then tackling your own problem will release your stress from mind. Not a cigarette, not even alcohol, or not even drugs or tranquilizers. It will take you to a relaxation state for some time, but your problems will not get over because of having alcohol or cigarettes. So tranquilizers are something addictive and have side effects such as loss of concentration, poor coordination, dizziness. So some of the typical behavioral effects of stress are disrupted sleep patterns, lack of sleep, then increased absenteeism from work or maybe from school and any other workplace wherever that person is working, and reduce work performance, like you don't tend to give effort to your work whatever you used to like to do before, but what happened? Because of stress your performance has decreased. So there are four important effects, that is emotional, then physiological, then cognitive and behavioral effects of stress. So next we have got stress and health. So here different people may have different type of stress and effect of it upon health. So basically they suffer from the people who have problem with the exam anxiety. They suffer from stomach upset, body aches, nausea, diarrhea, fever, etc. So what happened? These are some of the symptoms of stress they are having, or also sometimes what happened? People may go blackout also because of the extreme level of stress. So chronic daily stress can divert individual attention from caring or for herself or himself. When stress is prolonged, it affects physical health and impairs psychological functioning. People experience exhaustion and attitudinal problem when the stress due to demand from the environment and constraints are too high and little support is available from family and friends. So what happens whenever the stress is very high, but then the support or the solution of the problem is too less or too tiny to tackle? Then what happens? You suffer from physical, psychological, and mental exhaustion, which is known as burnout. So, my dear students, the exhaustion is seen in the signs of chronic fatigue, weakness, and low energy. So, these are some of the health problems when we suffer from stress, and sometimes it may turn into irritability, anxiety, feeling of helplessness, and hopelessness. So, basically, the state where we are not able to handle the stress anymore, the exhaustion state of physical, emotional, and psychological exhaustion is known as burnout. And also stress affects our immune system and also increases the chance of developing cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, psychosomatic disorder. You will learn this in chapter 4, and ulcers, asthma, allergies, and headaches. So these are some of the effect of stress upon health. And mostly in the researchers, they have seen that 50% to 70% of people illness is because of stress, and 60% of visit in the hospitals is because of the stress related problems. So my dear students, you have come to know about the effect of stress in psychological functioning and also upon health. And please do go through the content. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. And one more thing, as you are preparing for boards, don't take a lot of stress, because if you take a lot of stress, it will be very harmful for you, and also for your health. So try to tackle your problem, try to solve your problem, and also go for exercises, go for yoga, which will be a immune booster to you, and it will help you to fight with stress. And doing meditation is very important, because if you go for 10 minutes of transcendental meditation, it will give you a proper and clear scenario or a viewpoint of what to do and what are you going to plan your day throughout. So as we have come to the end of this topic, if there is any doubt, feel free to ask. So for today, let's wind up. Good, God bless you, and take care.